Imagine living in a place where winter isn't just a season, it's life itself, where temperatures can plunge below -50 degrees Celsius and daylight disappears for months at a time. This is the Arctic, the home of the Inuit people for thousands of years, a place so cold, most would consider it uninhabitable. Yet the Inuit not only survived here, they thrived. Their resilience wasn't just a matter of strength, it was innovation. In an environment where warmth is the difference between life and death, they developed unique and resourceful ways to heat their homes. Long before electricity or fuel delivery, the Inuit relied on a simple yet powerful invention, the qulliq. Carved from heavy soapstone and filled with seal or whale oil, this shallow lamp burned with a steady flame. It wasn't just a source of warmth, it was the center of daily life. The qulliq provided heat, lit the interior of homes, and even allowed for basic cooking. It was efficient, silent, and sustainable, shaped by necessity and refined by tradition. Equally remarkable was the Inuit home itself, the igloo. Built entirely from compacted snow, its design was more than just practical architecture. Snow, though cold to the touch, traps air, creating an insulating layer that locks in body heat and warmth from the qulliq. Inside, temperatures could rise to just above freezing, or even higher, while outside the world remained frozen solid. Together, the qulliq and the igloo formed a perfectly adapted system, using only what nature provided to create comfort in one of Earth's harshest environments. Between the deep cold of winter and the brief light of summer, the Inuit needed shelters that could adapt to the changing seasons. One such structure was the qulliq. Unlike the fully snow-built igloo, the qulliq blended materials: stone for the base, sod for insulation, and animal skins stretched over a frame for roofing. This hybrid design offered flexibility, sturdy enough to block the wind, but light enough to be quickly assembled or repaired as families moved across the land. Used especially in spring and fall, the qulliq served as a transitional home. It held warmth using natural insulation while allowing the Inuit to remain mobile, following wildlife, changing weather, and the rhythms of the Arctic itself. The qulliq was more than a shelter. It was a symbol of adaptation, built not just for survival, but for movement, balance, and life between extremes. In the Arctic, heat is precious. Every structure the Inuit built was carefully designed to protect and preserve it. Take the igloo, for example. Its dome shape isn't just for stability. It helps circulate warm air efficiently. As heat rises from a central source, like a qulliq or body warmth, it moves upward, following the curve of the ceiling and staying inside the shelter longer. The entrance is another key feature. Rather than walking straight in, igloos use a tunnel that dips lower than the main living space. This sunken passage traps cold air before it can enter, while warm air naturally rises and stays inside. It's an ingenious natural barrier, no doors required. Inside, sleeping areas are built on raised platforms made of snow and covered with animal skins. Because heat rises, these platforms remain warmer than the lower floor. The difference is noticeable. Just a few feet up, and the air can feel significantly more comfortable. Even the thickness of the walls is intentional. Compact snow provides insulation, but too thin and it won't hold heat. Too thick and it becomes heavy. The ideal balance is found through experience, passed down from generation to generation. Through shape, materials, and smart design, Inuit architecture doesn't just withstand the cold, it turns it into an ally. In the Arctic, warmth was never just personal, it was communal. Inuit families often lived together in shared spaces where the heat from just a few sources could benefit many. Whether inside a large igloo or a qulliq, the body heat of multiple people added up, creating a warmer environment than any individual could achieve alone. This close living wasn't just practical, it was intentional. Sleeping close, sharing blankets made of caribou or seal skin, and gathering around a single qulliq meant less fuel was needed and more warmth was retained. The compact living spaces minimized heat loss, while the presence of people kept the interior consistently warmer. Tasks like cooking, sewing, and storytelling all took place in the same central area, reinforcing bonds and making efficient use of the heat generated. Inuit culture was built on interdependence, and heating the home was no exception. By living and warming together, they strengthened both their shelters and their sense of community. Over time, even the most time-tested traditions evolved. The Quulic, while ancient in origin, was not static. Inuit artisans refined its shape. Some made the basin deeper to hold more oil. Others adjusted the rim to better control the flame. The wicks, originally made from moss or Arctic cotton, were sometimes braided or laid in patterns that allowed more even burning and less smoke. As resources and knowledge expanded, the construction of dwellings also improved. Builders learned to angle igloo walls slightly inward, making the dome stronger and more insulated. Some added ventilation holes at the top to release moisture without losing too much heat, a subtle but important adaptation. In places with access to metal through trade or modern contact, some families even began lining the Quulic with tin or modifying it to reduce fire risks. These small changes made the lamp safer to use over long periods, especially in tightly enclosed spaces. Innovation wasn't about abandoning tradition, it was about improving it. The Inuit approached every element of home heating with curiosity and care, always looking for ways to make life warmer, safer, and more sustainable in the cold. Today, in most Inuit communities, traditional heating has been largely replaced by modern systems. Oil-burning stoves are now the most common source of heat. Fueled by imported heating oil, these stoves provide consistent warmth throughout the long Arctic winters. Their compact size and efficiency make them practical for small, insulated homes. In some areas, electric baseboard heaters have also been introduced, especially where electricity is more reliable. These systems offer clean, quiet heating, but they depend heavily on the stability of local power grids, which can be challenging in remote regions. Larger buildings and schools may use diesel-powered furnaces or centralized heating systems. These require regular fuel deliveries by air, sea, or seasonal ice roads, adding complexity and cost to the process. While modern heating brings convenience and comfort, it also creates new dependencies on imported fuel, infrastructure, and outside technology. Still, for many Inuit families, these systems have become part of daily life, blending modern efficiency with the enduring need for warmth in one of the coldest places on Earth. Modern heating has brought comfort, but it also comes with serious challenges in the Arctic. Fuel, whether oil or diesel, must be delivered to remote communities by barge or cargo plane. In winter, when ice blocks shipping routes, deliveries rely on seasonal ice roads or air transport, both expensive and unpredictable. These logistical hurdles drive up the cost of heating dramatically. In many Inuit communities, families spend a large portion of their income just to keep their homes warm. For some, it becomes a choice between fuel and food. Power outages add another layer of difficulty. In areas where electric heaters are used, any disruption to the grid means a sudden loss of heat, something that can quickly become life-threatening during a cold snap. Maintenance is another concern. When heating systems break down, there may be no local technician to repair them. Waiting for parts or outside help can take days or even weeks, depending on weather and location. Modern systems may offer more heat at the push of a button, but in the Arctic, that convenience is fragile. The cost, complexity, and risk of failure make modern heating as much a challenge as a solution. For the Inuit, traditional heating was never just practical, it was deeply cultural. The Quulic, once a household necessity, remains a powerful symbol of Inuit identity. It is still used in ceremonies, often lit to open gatherings, honor elders, or mark moments of reflection and unity. Its soft flame represents warmth, life, and the strength of women, who traditionally tended it with care and skill. Stories passed down through generations often begin around the Quulic, its glow lighting faces as wisdom flows from elder to child. In many families, learning how to light and maintain the Quulic is a rite of passage, a quiet connection to ancestors who relied on its warmth. Even as modern systems heat most homes today, the presence of the Quulic endures. In museums, schools, and living rooms, it stands as a reminder that survival in the Arctic was not just about technology, it was about knowledge, tradition, and spirit. The Quulic is more than a lamp, it is a legacy. In Inuit culture, knowledge isn't written in books, it's carried in memory, passed from one generation to the next, through hands-on experience and storytelling. Elders teach the young how to build shelters suited to every season, how to choose the right snow for an igloo, how to cut blocks with precision, how to find the best site sheltered from wind. These lessons are not theoretical, they're learned outside in real conditions where mistakes matter. The Quulic, too, is taught with care. How to shape the wick, how much oil to use, how to keep the flame steady without smoke. These small details carry generations of insight, refined over centuries of survival. In many communities, schools and cultural programs now work alongside elders, ensuring that this traditional knowledge continues even as lifestyles change. Workshops, language classes, and land-based education help young Inuit reconnect with their roots. It's not just about learning how to stay warm, it's about understanding where you come from, about respecting the wisdom of the past to guide the choices of the future. Across the Northern Hemisphere, other indigenous peoples have also faced extreme cold, and like the Inuit, they've developed ingenious ways to survive. The Sami of northern Scandinavia built insulated turf huts and used reindeer skins for warmth, relying on herding rather than hunting sea mammals. Their traditional homes, called goatis or lavas, were portable and designed to trap heat around a central fire. In Siberia, the Chukchi and Nenets people crafted tent-like structures covered in reindeer hide, using wood-burning stoves to stay warm. These nomadic shelters, built for constant movement, mirrored the needs of their herding lifestyle. Alaskan native groups, such as the Yupik and Inupiat, share many similarities with the Inuit, especially in their use of snow houses, oil lamps, and animal-based insulation. Yet each community adapted its tools and designs based on local materials and customs. What unites them all is a deep understanding of their environment and a respect for the resources it offers. While their methods vary, the goal is the same: warmth, sustainability, and survival in balance with nature. For thousands of years, the Inuit have lived where few dared to go, thriving in a world of ice, wind, and silence. Their ability to stay warm was never just about tools or materials. It was about observation, adaptation, and passing down knowledge that could mean the difference between life and death. From the soft glow of the Quulic to the brilliant structure of the igloo, every method carried wisdom. And even as modern technology enters their homes, the core values remain: respect for the land, for tradition, and for one another. Inuit resilience is not frozen in the past. It continues to evolve. And in every flame, every shelter, and every story shared across generations, their warmth lives on.